So you and your friend show us what kind of moves y'all had.
We only did one dance.
Okay.
And it's like we normally know this.
Well, let's see that. What they call it?
The floss. No,
That's not the floss.
The shoe. I get them mixed up because this one's like this and it's like this.
Shoo, 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 shoo. Gigi, what dance you know how to do? Bust the move for us. Oh, oh, hey, oh, oh,
I can
oh,
barely do that.
oh, get it, floss it, get it, floss it. Now let me tell you something.
I can barely do that.
I surely hope that you floss your teeth in your mouth the way you do that dance.
Why is it called the shoe anyways? Are you shooting?
No, you shooing away. Like turn to the side and do it.
This way?
Yeah, like that. Now do it. Shoo, 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 shoo. So you shooing away people. You know, you shooing away. So thank you for sharing that dance, girl. You out of shape. You out of breath. You need to work out.
I'm sweating.
You need to work out.
I'm sweating because of the sweatshirt.
Well, that's why you finna get your monkey butt in the tub.
And I had 16 friends trying to do the floss with me.
You had 16 friends trying to do the floss dance with
And
you.
I did a split.
Okay, let's see you bust a split. Ooh, wait, girl. Chi-Chi, you still know how to do a split, Chi-Chi? Let's see you do a split, Chi-Chi. Bust move. Slow. Ooh, Chi-Chi.
Down.
Ooh, good job, Chi-Chi. Now,
We can make an arrow.
all right. Well, since you're sweating, we don't
I'm not
want you.
sweating anymore because of the splits.
We really the split made you stop sweating.
Yes. It was because of air.
Well, you still finna get in the tub, 'cause we don't want you to be no funky monkey.
I was trying to.
Yeah, every time he knock on my door, I have to stop. So, anyways, so my kids, whatever, I don't know where Alex had disappeared to, but Chi-Chi, when I tell you she was stirring a hole in him, she was stirring a hole in him. I said, Chi-Chi, why you staring at him? And she was like, I said, Chi-Chi, he look nice? And she started smiling, and then he started smiling too. I said, yeah, he is handsome, right, Chi-Chi? And she was grinning, and then he blushing and stuff. So I told him, I said, last time you was here, I said, you messed with the heater or something. I said, because when I went to bed, I was real hot. He's like, he said, what you mean? He was like, I said, I think you had cut my heater or something on when you left. I said, I was burning up. I said, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I just know I was like really, really hot. And I said, I had to come here and check and see what was going on, because I was like, had to check on my girls to make sure they weren't hot too. And he was like, my bad. I was like, it's okay. I said, I'm just glad that everything was okay. And he was like, well, you know that your AC and your heater work, right? I said, yeah. I said, I'm glad it's working or whatever. So he was like, your girls, they are so beautiful. I was like, thank you. And it's like, they look just like you. I said, thank you. And then he was like, so what y'all doing later? I was like, well, they got school tomorrow, so I'm going to get them ready for school. And he was like, yeah, I understand. I said, so how your daughter doing? He was like, she good. I was like, all right. And he was like, well, I'm finna go. I got to go check the other apartments and stuff. I was like, okay. So I walked him to the door. And he was like, oh, no. He was like, he said, I got to go. I was like, okay. As I walked you to the door. So, yeah, he took my hand. And I was like, your hands is cold. He was like, oh, my bad, because y'all, it was cold outside, whatever, so his hands was cold. He said, oh, my bad. He's like, I just wanted to shake your hand. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. So he left, right? So then that's when I was on the phone talking to y'all, and then, knock. It was knocking the door. I had to go answer the door, and it was him again. He was like, I forgot something. And I was like, what'd you forget? Yeah, I was nervous because I thought he was going to kiss me or something because the way. Okay, y'all know he tall and everything. Y'all know, I mean, I'm not short, but you know what I'm saying? The way he was leaning, like he was coming at me or whatever. So I had like backed up or whatever, all the way, like, so, you know what I'm saying, give him some space or whatever. So he came in and he went and grabbed the little filter thing that he had was, messing with. So he grabbed that thing and he said, I forgot this. And I was like, oh. I said, okay. And he was like, well, I'll see you next time. I said, okay. So, walking to the door, and, you know what I'm saying, when he got to the door, he was just standing there in the door, and like the kids, they was in their room, door closed and everything, so they couldn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just in case he did want to give me some. No, I wasn't finna kiss this boy. I wasn't finna kiss him. I don't know him. He a stranger. Plus, I told y'all he a young tenderoni. I wasn't finna kiss him. But you know what I'm saying? Just in case he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So, he at the door. He turned and he looked at me, and he was like, I can't wait to see you next time. So I was like, when is next time? And he said, you tell me. I said, okay. So he left, right? So I'm back on the phone with y'all, talking to y'all, and then, knock, he hit the door again, y'all. I was like, I'm like, I know this ain't him back at the door. I was like, this better be a package or something of that sort. I go to the door. It was him again. I said, what's wrong? He said, I forgot something again. I said, what you forget? He said, I forgot to give you a hug. I was like, first of all, no, sir. I don't do that. y'all know. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, I don't know him. And for two, I ain't trying to catch the cooties. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna give you no hug. You got on your work stuff and no telling who apartment you done went into and what kind of cooties they got, baby. No, I'm not gonna give you no hug. So, I said that to him in a nice way. I was like, nah. I was like, you good? He was like, nah, but for real, I did forget something. I said, what you forget? He said, let me get. He forgot his pen. Really? You forgot your pen? I think he had that pen already, but he just needed an excuse to whatever. So he got the pen in his hand. He like, well, I'm leaving. He said, hopefully I ain't forget nothing else. But if I did forget something, he kept pointing at me. He was like, if I did forget something, I'm going to come back. I was like, okay. So he was like, okay. And he was just standing at the door. Like, you, first of all, you letting my good air out. Are you going to pay my bill, Mr. AC man? So, so he's standing at the door. And I'm just like, I didn't want to slam the door in his face, but I wanted him to walk away so I can close the door and finish doing what I got to do. Because first of all, my kids is at the house, you know what I'm saying? And I already know they got questions. So he finally left or whatever. So, of course, my kids, they asked me, Mama, who is it? And I was like, that's the AC man. He fixed the air conditioner and the heater. And they was like, well, what's wrong with it? It look like it's working to me. And I was like, yeah, he does what he's doing. He's checking to make sure it's still working. It's going to be working or whatever. And they was like, So Chichi was like, she looking like, look at me. Chichi giving me that look. I was like, what, Chichi? And she was like, is that your new friend? No, Chichi, that is not my new friend. I said, don't nobody want to be new friends with me when y'all got this junky room with all these toys, here. So I was just like, well, we finna clean up our room anyways. I was like, yeah, y'all go ahead and do that. I said, because he has a daughter that's y'all age, and if y'all room is clean, just maybe she might come over and play with y'all. So Gigi was like, well, if she didn't want to play with us, that's fine. Y'all, Gigi, so y'all know how her, that's my chair. That's my chair. So, anyways, you know what I'm saying? He left, and he better not knock on this door again, cause I'm not gonna open it again, cause I got things to do. I got things to do. My girls got out of school early today, so it would have been different if it was a normal school day and they were still at school and he came over. It would have been different. But God didn't want it like that. So, God made sure that my kids was here and that I was a good girl. Because if my kids wasn't here, I might be telling y'all a different story right now. How y'all doing today?